Good day, Industrial Advisor listeners, and thank you for tuning in. If you have not subscribed, please do so by clicking subscribe wherever you podcast. Click the like button and hit the bell if you want notifications of when we put up new content. Leave us a comment about anything we discuss here today or general comments about the show. Now, let's get into it.
Welcome to our Industrial Advisors podcast. You have Bill Condon and Matt McGregor, and we're doing a 5-minute Friday on the resiliency of the big box market in the Puget Sound.
That's right.
Let's start by defining big box in our market. It's changed over the years. In the past, traditionally we've been more of a 50 to 150 type market, and that's changed over the last 10 years to where bigger box has gotten bigger for us. So what would you call the big box market in the Puget Sound? Call it 7 years ago, and what would you call it today?
Well, I would say it changed in COVID. I would say right up to COVID, big box was 150 plus. Our average deal in Sumner pre-COVID was 140. If you take the square footage and divide it down by the amount of tenants there, it was 140.
Yep.
Okay. I would say that was our big box market because we had a whole lot of 1 to 200s, call it the midpoint 150 and above. Was what I think most brokers pre-COVID would have considered Seattle. And then if you went down the Inland Empire, it was 400 plus, right?
Yeah.
Go to Dallas, it was 250 plus, right? So everybody had a different definition of big box. I will now say I've completely shifted gears because the big box market, the deals have gotten bigger, and we've talked about this ad nauseum, of the high volume of spaces that we have between 1 and 200, right? 43 options, 11 under construction. I would say that's not the big box, that's the mid box. Okay, big box now, I would say 400 to 500 and greater, and we are having velocity there, and that is still the very healthy part of our market.
Yeah, I would agree with you, and it's gotten bigger. The definition of big box has gotten bigger in almost every market since the pandemic.
Yes.
And so what's really happened in our market is, to your point, we do have a lot of spaces that are available between 1 to 200,000 square feet, but there's been real strength and real tenant demand and in the 500 plus. And there is currently, if you wanted 500,000 square feet or more tomorrow, you have one option in the entire market.
Bridge Milton, right?
Yes.
Yes. So you have one option in the entire market. You're right, above 500,000 feet. And again, 43 in that 1 to 2. And even if you look at the horizon, right now in the market, we know of firsthand 3-4 guys between 5 and 900,000 square feet looking for space.
Yes.
Okay. Now, they're not looking for space necessarily today. They're looking for it in 2024.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, between what's available, Bridge, and what's being constructed, there would be 8 buildings potentially by the end of 2024, 500 plus.
Yeah.
One of those is already taken, GE. Congratulations, Pantone. GE took a big chunk of Building G, I believe, at Fred 310.
Yeah.
So that eliminates that. So then there would be 7 options, and we already know of 3 or 4 requirements, 2 at 900,000 each, 1 at 500,000, and there's a couple more out there.
Yeah, there'll be a handful more in that, call it 4 to 6 range.
Yes.
And then, you look at what's happened. I mean, there's been multiple deals done in the past few months above 500,000 feet.
Yes, in the last few weeks.
Yeah, most recently we did 850,000 square feet with a undisclosed tenant. We represented a landlord on that. But yeah, the big box market has been super resilient even through the last, call it 6, 8, 9 months. And it projects well as we head into 2024.
That's right. And then, as I mentioned, GE Hair, as they refer to it, took about 450 out of Building G at Fred 310. And then we believe there's another large tenant that we're all aware of taking the Center Point building in Tukwila, 414,000 feet, I think that building is.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that building's leased because I know that for sure, but I believe that
active
building,
negotiations.
Or it's signed by now. I gave the broker a call today. I haven't heard back yet, but it could be, right? And that, again, even above 400, still, it would only be one building available, assuming that building is gone.
Yeah, so I think it's a dynamic thing for our market, the Puget Sound, just knowing that a lot of the other markets up and down the West Coast, it's slowed a little bit on the big box side.
Yeah.
Yet we're still
more
seeing,
active than the Empire.
Yeah, we're seeing great activity, and like I mentioned earlier, projecting really well as we head into 2024.
That's right. Yeah. Big box probably is the healthiest thing in our market when you look at it and say what's available versus the activity.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I know you like working on big deals, so that's a good thing for our team.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is something we wanted to highlight on this 5-Minute Friday. Also a reminder, we have our book, The Industrial Landlords Agency Leasing Guide, that's available if you want a copy.
Fascinating read.
Yeah. I've read it twice. So good. So if you want a copy, just let us know.
Yeah. Ping us, text us, email us, call us, and we'll send you a copy free.
Thanks for listening to our 5-Minute Friday.
Thank you very much.